China has been in the dock for a while, criticism has grown with the spread of the virus. There's talk of an international probe. Sanctions should follow. Why is Beijing going ahead with all of this? Why impose this law now? Because China sees nothing wrong in it. It doesn't even see the murder of democracy that it's committing. You may be surprised to know that China calls itself a democracy, a people's democracy with Chinese characteristics, which is basically a Chinese way of describing an authoritarian regime. Today, the Communist Party of China completes 99 years of existence, and China is selling its autocracy as the global role model. Here's a report on how Beijing is legitimizing its authoritarianism.
The world knows China as an authoritarian nation. It's a description that the world agrees with. China is a one-party state where the Communist Party calls the shots. But China does not like how the world defines it. So, it coined its own definition. China calls itself a people's democracy. It's a phrase that keeps coming up when you read about China. The Chinese state media mentions it in its reports. The Chinese constitution even mentions the word democracy. Article 2 of the constitution says, all power in the People's Republic of China belongs to the people. Article 3 talks about democratic elections to positions of power. Even Xi Jinping says China is a democracy. Last year, he had remarked, China's people's democracy is a type of whole process democracy. But what is a people's democracy? Just like most things Chinese, even China doesn't really have a clear definition for its own political setup. But it is no secret. For the Communist Party, democracy has been a difficult concept to tackle. It has no interest in adopting electoral democracy, but rather than censoring the word altogether, China has given its own spin to it. And it is now looking for ways to legitimize its political system. On the occasion of the 99th anniversary of the Communist Party, Xinhua carried this piece. It says that at a time of global uncertainty, the legitimacy of the Communist Party's rule over China is shining. The Communist Party took control of China in 1949. Since then, China has seen 7 presidents. Each one interpreted the Chinese constitution differently. Some gave more freedom to the people, while others maintained a tight grip on power. The founder of modern-day China, Mao Zedong, led a classic totalitarian regime. Under his rule, industries came under state ownership, tens of millions died in famine, and political rivals were purged in the Cultural Revolution. The Deng Xiaoping era was different. Maoism was abandoned. After 1978, China launched its reform and opening up policy. A series of changes encouraged private and foreign investment. The end of Mao also brought an end to one-man rule. Deng supported the idea of collective leadership and orderly succession, something that was followed by his successors. Jiang Zemin served 2 5-year terms and stepped aside. Hu Jintao complied with the term limits too. But Xi Jinping has taken China back to Maoism. Under his reign, China has removed term limits. The Communist Party has tightened its grip on the country. Citizens live under the careful watch of CCTV cameras and digital surveillance. Party units have become the norm in private companies. Xi Jinping may define China as a people's democracy, but that is just another attempt to legitimize China's autocratic political system. Bureau Report, WION World is One.